Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to our November monthly meeting. I'm not going to take too much time. I'm going to let Al introduce himself. I'm going to be highlighting just a couple of quick events that are upcoming. So this next Wednesday, we have a webinar with Andy Heller. He's going to be giving us some secrets. He's also going to follow that up with a seminar if you'd like to learn more information. The webinar on Wednesday is free. The seminar on Saturday is member and non-member pricing. I'm going to just let you guys know right now. I'm going to run through this, so please look in the chat. Alexa Marie will be putting links for more details on all of these events in the chat. So go ahead, click the link in the chat. You'll see all the details there. And these are our upcoming events. Our next monthly meeting, December, is going to be a whole recap of 2021. You can register via the links in the chat and see more details on what those events will be about.
Yeah, and actually that December meeting, I'm going to be running it with some of the other mentors and coaches, and we're going to just show you some big deals that we've made. I know that it's been a pandemic, but our numbers have been crazy. We'll be talking about all sorts of crazy deals with big money and scary homeowners too. So
it's gonna be awesome. It's been a really long year, but it's been really fun. So alrighty, our charity event this weekend, please check it out. Again, you can find all this information on our calendar on bria.com. We'll be there. Alexa Marie and I are going to be getting our soldier rush on. We're going to be climbing up ramps and just doing some crazy stuff for a really good cause. If you can't come, please donate. Let us know so we can give you like $50 off a membership or 6 months free or something. So thank you guys for participating, and we really hope to see you there. We do have our mentoring program. It is a one-on-one coaching program where our mentors teach you one-on-one, whether you are a beginner or a licensed agent already. We have specific strategies and methods that are proven to work, and we put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and profit share 50-50. So this is a very unique opportunity. Alexa Marie, you can actually put that poll in the chat up there for everybody to see. We'll put up a poll. If anyone is interested in just hearing more information or getting feedback from one of our lead mentors on what what you'd like to achieve in real estate, or just get feedback on your specific goals, reach out to the office, press yes on the poll. I'll go ahead and give you a call personally, and we can have a quick chat, or we can even set up a Zoom or phone meeting. We can even set up an in-person meeting if you'd like with one of the mentors, so you can get that direct feedback.
And what I was going to ask, that's because I'm one of the mentors and owners. The cool thing is, again, we put up 100% of the money. I know a lot of you guys want to build generational wealth and cash flow. That's why we have Al here today, because we want to turbocharge your cash flow. So we're using a lot of different strategies. I myself have an Airbnb, so I'm excited about tonight too. So not only are we mentors, we're actually investors too. So I think that's important.
Extremely important. You want to make sure that you're in alignment with your mentor and that everything is on point. So come have a conversation and at least, get that feedback and get the answers for yourself if we're a good fit for you. So that is it for the mentoring. We are your local RIA that is connected with the National Real Estate Investors Association. If you are a member, you know that there are so many member benefits that you do have access to. We have an online portal that we give you credentials for. You log in and you have access to many different vendors, local, national, a lot of great benefits. So we always want to thank our National RIA sponsors. They are the reason why we have all the great things that we have, in addition to the mentoring and our boot camps, which we will be releasing dates for the next boot camps soon. So everybody, stay tuned. Lots of great things coming as we wrap up this year.
And I'm just going to add, our next boot camp will be in February. So we've already kind of figured out the dates. I know a lot of you guys have been having questions about the in-person meetings. So in 2022, we will have a few of those. We're still kind of getting those final details down to make it a win-win. So, we're not only, a RIA that's as investors, we're adapting to the times too. So we've been getting great feedback with all the great webinars and content. So we want to keep that up also. So we're pretty excited about that too. And before we, Alexa, you announced Al, we know everyone loves short-term rentals, Airbnb, specifically VRBO. I know for a fact we have well over 100 people on this webinar. You guys are going to have a ton of questions. So I bet Al's going to answer most of them as he's going along. So we will, near the end, take some of those questions. So hang in there. If it's too specific, think of it as a group. I know you might have an issue with your personal Airbnb. We want to make sure this is informative. And, Al already told us he's got a ton of information to give to us, and especially some good local information. So hang in there, guys, today. So.
Yes, thank you so much, Nish. Thank you, Al, for being here. We want to not even hold you up any longer. We just want to get this party started. Let's go, Al. Welcome, welcome.
Woo! That's it.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to be here. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. Let me, I want to have some fun. So I've been waiting for you guys for almost a few months since Alexa reached out for me. I'm just ready to go. So let me share my screen, and hopefully everything works out. Slideshow from the beginning. From the beginning, there we go. All right, all right. Hey, everybody, thanks for having me. I'm going to introduce myself as I go, but let's just get right into it, uncovering the secrets of profiting from Airbnb. There's a specific side I want to show you and focus your attention on, okay? So here's some great news. It just came out in August. The business travel news says that extended stay demand is on record high, and that's what we're going to be zeroing in on. But before I dive into all this, let me show you some properties so you can see the type of profits that you could be making once you get involved with this. You're going to be actually able to do more because your area is more lucrative than mine. But this right here is my 8-unit apartment complex that I purchased. I had to come up with $100,000 to purchase this 8-unit building. And the good news is that now it generates $8,858 every month. And that's what allowed me to leave my engineering job. That right there, one property did it, one and done. But I'm an entrepreneur. But that's what I got to. I didn't have to get a 1,000 portfolio, 200 units. I just got one complex, replace my income. And I'm going to talk to you about how to do that. So I kept going with this. I am a housing entrepreneur. So I talked to the owner of this apartment complex. I convinced him to allow me to use one of his units, and the profit from that one unit after expenses is $832 a month. I also did the same thing for this homeowner. He was a burnt out landlord, and this brings a profit of $887. Remember, I didn't have to come up with a down payment. I didn't have to skip any lunches. I didn't have to skip vacations, no maintenance issues, those types of things. I did it again, kept going with the same pattern. This one brings in $728 a month, and this one brings in $862 a month. And this is my worst performer, is a $470 a month. And my best performer, which is $1,643. This is kind of like more like in line with what you guys are going to get. And I'm going to stick around to the end. I'm going to do an example of what you can do in South Florida. So stick around to the end for that. I started coaching people because people ask me, what are you doing? How are you doing this? And this is Derek. He's also in Sacramento. He's able to pull out $522 a month, and he uses that right on his credit card. So it's a big help to him. That's what he was trying to do. He's trying to get ahead of his bills, and this helps him do it. And Rochelle, she's able to pull out $900 on property. She doesn't own this property. She just controls it. She doesn't own it. So all the maintenance issues goes to the landlord. So that's what's really cool about this. And in Wisconsin, Tim was able to go in Appleton, with about 30 days of me coaching him, $1,000 a month, and that makes a big difference for him and his family. It's night and day. So I'm glad I got you here because you're going to discover some cool stuff, some value added hacks I'm going to share with you because I'm really a nerd like that. And there's this secret in Monopoly that very few people know about. If you're playing that Monopoly game, you probably haven't focused your attention on it. So I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to uncover that. And also how you can get started with this whole short-term rental, Airbnb, corporate housing thing with no down payment, no, you don't have to take out a bank loan, and you don't need any experience at all because this is slightly different than landlording. So this is what's really cool. Now, we're going to talk about Airbnb, yes, and some of you love Airbnb, absolutely, but that's just a fraction of what we're going to talk about. I like to say Airbnb is just one planet in the solar system, okay? So we are going to go Airbnb big. We're going to go far beyond Airbnb. We're going to boldly go where no Airbnb host has ever gone before. Let's do that. You guys with me? This is my favorite marketing way, which I hone, is going this way, going from Google, people finding me on Google, because Google gets 95% of the search engine traffic. It gets 95% of the internet. So you cannot ignore that. So I get people from Google, I bring them to my company website, then we have a conversation, or my team has a conversation with them and picks the best place for them, all right? And then we give them a Google site. It's like an online brochure just for what we offer them. And then from there, we do the intake process, okay? So what's the big deal about this? I'm gonna shrink my screen here. The big deal is that if you go this way, the way I'm sharing with you, you have a portfolio that you can sell. You have a sellable business now, okay? You can't transfer your Airbnb accounts right now. You can't sell anything on Airbnb. You can sell your furniture after you've done all the things you want to do with Airbnb, making all the money, and you want to sell your business. You can't sell an Airbnb business. You can sell the furniture. You can sell what I'm doing, so it can make, with a difference, what I'm sharing with you now is hundreds and thousands of dollars of a multiplier difference of what we're talking about. All right, so who am I? I'll introduce myself. I'm usually up on stages. My name is Al Williamson, and I'm talking to landlords about how they can optimize what they can do, that they can turbocharge their cash flow. And I talk about new ways to increase their income without raising rents, new ways to increase their income, and how to reduce their expenses, which is even more of an important topic, reducing expenses. So I'm making my way around. COVID hit, kind of took the wind out of my sails, but I'm still out there. I wrote this book called 40 Ways to Increase the Net Income of Rental Property because traditional landlording was not working. So I did this exhaustive research on all these ancillary income ideas, all these strategies on how to do it. And after I had published it, I remember I was driving to work because I was still working at the time. And I pulled over because I had this moment of clarity. So I pulled my truck over on the freeway because I had to think. And I realized that I was making all this extra money. I was able to pay my mortgage of that 8-unit building without using my rents. I found other ways to pay for the mortgage, okay, with the apartment. I realized I was able to do it because I had switched and stacked. And I was kind of, what does that mean? I was trying to unpack that. This is what it means. It means that the rental industry is very cool. We are familiar with it. The hospitality industry is even more lucrative. People pay a lot more to stay at a hotel for 30 days than they do at a regular rental, okay? And that difference that's what's available to you. That difference between the two is the cash flow that's available for you to do, change your lifestyle, fill your retirement account, and buy yourself some time freedom so that you own your own time. So switching industries is really important, and then stacking them together, stacking together different of these profit centers together so that you can accomplish your financial goal. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Are you guys all in? I hope you're all in on that. Now, this is me. I have 28 all together. There's some joint ventures. There's some partnerships. There's some things with my family. And again, the 8-unit one is all for my wife and I. That's what we used to retire. So all these are addition to that. I'm responsible for marketing to all of these, keeping them all 100% filled is my goal. And that's what I do. And that's how I document things. And I've trained thousands of people since 2014. I've been around for quite a while, kind of growing my own corporate housing business and helping other people grow theirs. Now, it wasn't always so easy. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you guys can see me, because my life was a civil engineer. I was types of builds bridges and roads and those types of things. And I had some cool projects. I worked on Alcatraz Island where Al Capone was. We put solar panels on there and ran the whole island off of solar panels. And I got to work in Yosemite doing some really cool stuff in the Bay Bridge, very high profile projects as a civil engineer. But there was just a lot of red tape. There was a lot of repetitiveness, and it didn't fit me, didn't fit my creative personality. So it was painful, but I was good at it, and it paid well. But I was always traveling on these high profile projects. I was in charge of them, and my parents were proud of me, but I was a complete failure as a dad because I was never around. I wasn't home, and I couldn't even remember when my daughter, I couldn't remember playing with her, or when the last time we laughed, because I was stressed all the time. I had this pain in my chest sometimes, and it's permanent kink from this. I was commute like an hour and a half each way. So I was trying to figure a way out of it, especially when my wife asked me why we couldn't go on vacation. While I was working, we had all these rentals. And I said, we, as a traditional landlord, we couldn't go because we had the rentals. I was using some of my salary to pay the maintenance costs of those rentals. So that was really embarrassing. That's why I started researching and writing the book, because I had to find a way out of that. And what I found was, when I was staying in San Francisco in 2011, 2012, that's when I discovered Airbnb. And I started Airbnb around different parts of San Francisco. That's back when it was really a bed and breakfast type of a situation. And they were taking off. Now they're a San Francisco company, and they were taking off 2011, 12, and I just happened to be there. But not till 2015 did it come out with the Business Travel Ready. That's where they set aside a unit for business travelers only, and then they'll send you business travelers. That's when I got in 2015, and I realized that the longer the stays were, the better, because I didn't like the short-term stays. The 1-2 nights, that just made me crazy. I'm too much of a control freak. I was living like a sense of panic all the time. These longer-term stays were giving me about the same net income after expenses and after paying myself as those short stays. And even 3 months, I got the chance to relax, got a chance to be with my family. That's when I started scaling and got out. So that has completely changed my life. I'm home with my kid. I drop her off at school, pick her up, lots of family time, chess games, much more enjoyable lifestyle. And kept scaling to economic freedom. So I have a team take care of everything. So it's completely different. It means a lot to me. It's not like a little hobby thing for me. And that's why I'm sharing this, because I want you guys to have the same benefits that all of this has given me. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing with you. And that's why this is so important to me. Let me go back to sharing my screen if I can get there successfully. Let me take it from my current slide. Okay. So let's give you a status report on what's going on with Airbnb. It's gone through this pandemic, travel stopped. A lot of people lost their businesses altogether. But during that time, 2011, there was headline after 2012 to 2020, headline after headline telling people to do longer term stays. Airbnb CEO came right out on CNN saying, hey guys, do month-long stays. That's where people are going. That's the trend. That's the most stable thing that you can do, to do longer term month-long stays. And that's been saving people, because even when travel's restricted, there's still this ongoing demand for project work or emergency healthcare services and governmental contracts. They keep going. Those people stay at these hotels, these extended stay hotels. These are the national brands of them, okay? And do you guys recognize any of those? you can't get any feedback, but I studied your area, and these are the ones that are in your area. You got Extended Stay America, which is the largest extended stay hotel chain in the United States. It's got about 69,000 units set up, okay? And Homewood Suites by Marriott is there. You guys got by Hilton is there. You got a Town Place by Marriott, which is there, and Staybridge in your area, and Woodspring Suites, okay? Now, I'm gonna take a quick side note. This is dangerous for me to do on the fly, but I gotta point this out, that when you see a Marriott, like Town Place Suites, and then by Marriott, that type of thing, that means that Marriott rents that building. Marriott rents that building and operates. So I just want you guys to know that when you see those types of things. Marriott doesn't, most of the Marriotts, they rent, they don't own them. I need you guys to know that, okay? All right, so let's do a deep dive into your area. What's all this mean? Look at this. This is your area. This is the Miami area. I took a look at extended stay hotels in the Miami area. You guys have a ton of them, a grip of them. Look at that. You got 7 extended stay Americas. Now you have that for a reason. There's a reason that's there. You got 2 Homewood Suites by Hilton. You got a Woodspring Hotel, one of them, and a Staybridge. All right, all over there. They are for-profit companies. There's so many almost across the street from each other because there's a big demand. If I go to Broward County, I see 8 extended stay Americas there, and they're all there to make money. They're all there to make money. Now here's a switch. Here's a slight shift. I want you to think they're just watered down hotels, watered down apartments. That's what they are, watered down apartments. Here's what happened. Here's the shares when Extended Stay America was public. This is what happened. President Trump in March called a national emergency, okay? And then travel came to a stop in 2020 in April. That's the lowest. Now, Extended Stay America and other hotels, they want to have about 8 out of every 10 rooms filled. They feel good that they're optimizing their cash flow when 8 out of every 10 is filled. In the worst case for Extended Stay America, 6 out of every 10 was filled, and then they quickly recovered. Look at that, they barely felt the pandemic. This is their occupancy. They went on, this brand of extended stays went on in the middle of a pandemic to make $96 million, okay? And a lot of hotels had nothing but losses. They made an order of magnitude, many more times order of magnitude more profit than regular hotels did. And there's a reason why for that. So what's the big deal? I'm showing you all this potential in your area is literally infested with extended stay hotels. There's so many of them there, but yet investors think that they need to spend tens of thousands of dollars and take on bank loans in order to make big money in real estate and try to accomplish their financial goals. But that is not true. That's the good news for you. If you're working like I was and you feel like you're trapped and there's coming up with a down payment is too much, and if you're a regular landlord and you know maintenance costs are eating you alive, well, there's a whole way out of it, and we're going to talk about it today. Here's the solution. Is you were playing Monopoly. Remember, I promised you this earlier. You play it at holidays and over again, and the way you play the game is that you try to get houses, right? Try to buy houses, and then you get so many of them, then you can buy a hotel, and then you get more hotels, and then you get enough cash flow, you win the game. So that is what you're thinking, but let's take a closer look at it. Let's take a look at this. This is kind of Park Place. You see that the rent for the rental is much different than the hospitality industry. What you have to do is switch. You switch industries. You switch how you operate your rental. You switched from rental market to hospitality because that's the market that has the more cash flow. So if you're looking to triple your net income, so the first thing you should do is you switch. Same property, same taxes, same roof, same maintenance and everything, just 3 times the income. You can go buy house after house after house 3 times, or you can just make a decision to switch how you operate your existing property. All right. Now, if we were at a conference at a bar and there's this big hoteliers conference and we'd be sitting there at the bar, we'd be listening to these hotel general managers talk, we would hear them say that it's more profitable to house one person for 30 nights for a longer term stays than it is to house 30 people in a night. They don't need so many bellhops, don't need so many maids, not so much overhead, retirement accounts, and HR is not such a mess. It's true. Someone, extended stay hotel needs 11 employees. A regular hotel needs 31 employees. So it's a big difference. It is known to be the most profitable segment of the hospitality industry. So I'm saying switch out of rentals to hospitality, and then in hospitality, switch over to the most profitable segment, which is hands down, no one's questioning it after COVID. That is the only one that was left standing after COVID. It is the most profitable segment. So let's do a deep dive here. Let's talk about Miami-Dade. I went to the, not articles written about what's going on with your ordinances. I went to the ordinance and pulled it up. This is what it says. And this is how it defines vacation rentals, okay? Let's talk, it says all these things to establish regulations and standards for vacation rentals. Vacation rental, well, what is a vacation rental? We go down to the definition because every ordinance has to define a vacation rental. And it says a vacation rentals is houses transient occupied for periods of less than 30 days, okay? Or a calendar month, whichever is less. That is the definition. So, hey, what happens? So 30 days is it. What happens if you house someone for 31 days? Someone tell me, is it too risky? Someone type in the chat. What happens if you house someone for 31 days? Does this ordinance, all these laws and restrictions, do they apply? Are you a vacation rental? Can someone back me up and read a note? What are people saying?
Yeah,
Type it
so
in the chat. If you stay 31 days or longer, are you operating a vacation rental?
yeah, so everyone's saying no. I guess not.
That's right.
Not after 31 days.
That's right.
Oh,
You are clearly not operating a vacation rental. All those laws fall apart. All those taxes go away, and you have escaped the gravitational pulls. You are now in outer space. You're able to boldly go to new places as soon as you go 31 days or longer. It's a whole new world, okay? And that's what we're going to be diving into.
So if I do 30
for you.
If I do 30 days in 2 hours, I'm good.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so that's the solution for you. So that's what we're going to do. Here's the solution. I want to do some specialized training for South Florida investors who are seeking 3 times the net income normally and want economic freedom. What do I mean by economic freedom? I mean that you're not a busy CEO type. Okay, you're not running your business. That is great as an entrepreneur. It's better than working for someone else, but you're busy, you're stressed. I'm talking about the next step of that, or having the whole system operating for you where you are outside of it and your time is your own and your business just gives you cash flow. Okay, your systems are in place. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, scaling all the way past that into economic freedom, scaling all the way past Airbnb into corporate rentals, getting a portfolio, getting a back-end system, and then having it work for you without you doing anything during the days, making a couple of decisions a month, a couple of decisions a week, actually. That's more realistic. I hope you guys are in for that. That's what we're going to be talking about. So I got 3 keys. This is, if you want to do this in 30 days, become profitable in 30 days, I got 3 specific things to share with you. If you wanted to take longer, okay, I would revamp this. If I get invited to come back and talk to you guys next year, I'll unpack some more stuff. But I just want to give you steps so that you can know what A, B, C, how to make money in 30 days, okay? You can't even get a bank loan in 30 days, right? So let's unpack this. The first secret I want to uncover for you is how corporate housing model works. why it's different, why it's important, why you need to focus on it. What exactly is it different than regular Airbnb? What exactly is? And the next thing, the next key to kind of unlock this potential is for you to know instantly that it's going to work for you. So you don't have to do all kinds of research and just get the paralysis of analysis and overanalyze stuff like us engineers do. I'm guilty of that. Okay, so I just want to show you how you can instantly know that. And the third thing, if you want to make money in 30 days, start becoming profitable, start exiting your job if you want to do that, or filling your bank account or your retirement account, even better, or even doing this whole thing inside of your self-directed IRA, okay, is you got to know how to market, all right? How do you market specifically so that you can get independent bookings outside of Airbnb? Now, Airbnb is great. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. It is absolutely wonderful, but it's just the freshman team of what you can do, okay? I'm trying to talk to you about the varsity team. You can do far more than just being an Airbnb host, okay? So how do you stay 95% occupied year round? Now you guys are in a area that shows incomes that are rents go up and down, demand goes up and down, okay? So how do you stay fully occupied 95% year round? How do you make that? All right, let's get right into it because I don't want to go too long. I get wrapped up. I should probably keep an eye on the time, but I'm not. Let me just share with us, how does it work? How does this corporate housing thing work? What's different about it? Why is it so important? How come it stayed relevant during a pandemic when other people just closed their Airbnbs altogether and sold their furniture on the streets? How come those people doing longer term stays were so resilient to recessions as well as a pandemic? Who knew? Okay, let's talk about it. Back in 1995, that's why I have that number there. I was working for a very prestigious engineering company, and they sent me down to Port Arthur, Texas to consult with a crew because there was an oil spill. I was working for the Chevron plant, okay? And they had an oil spill. I was an environmental engineer. I was in charge of projects. So I went down there and it just smelled like a refinery. It was a refinery city and it had that smell in the air all the time. I just could not escape it. So I was miserable outside because I just couldn't breathe very well. And they put me up in this Holiday Inn Express, and I couldn't open the windows, and I didn't want to open the windows because it just smelled all the time. So I was always smelling this filtered air coming through their system there. And I was a single guy at the time, and it was cool. I was trying to do what I could in Texas, but the first week was cool. The second week, I was just going crazy. I was like, I feel like I'm suffocating. I hate people coming in and moving my stuff around every day with the house cleaners. I was just miserable. And I was so relieved when someone from my HR department told me that someone reached out to them and told them about this furnished rental, this corporate housing apartment that was just up the street. And I was like, oh, hell yes, I want to go there. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. And then they gave me a menu of what I could have full cleaning service. I can have towel service. I just said towel service, and I could do my own laundry. That was great. I had my own sense of privacy. I could create my own space, because I couldn't go home every week. I was stuck there. That's part of the deal. So I was able to create my own space. I was so much relieved, and it was cheaper than the Holiday Inn Express. So I was able to make more money. I was able to save my allowance. So I was loving it. That was my first experience back in 1995 as a traveler, as a engineer at the time. So I was doing construction, and I was looking at it that way, but there was this whole business going behind it. Let's take a look at the backdrop. What's the business part of what I was going through? So I had a housing allowance that was paid for. I didn't care about that. I was happy if I could save some money. But there was some person who reached out to my company, to my HR department, okay? And they had made a deal with that apartment complex. And that person who made that deal had furnished it just the way I wanted it. All I wanted was a TV, a comfortable bed, that's all I wanted, and a place to make some food. That's all I wanted. And they did that for me, and I was very, very happy. All right. So let's take a closer look at that person, that entrepreneur who put that deal together. He's the corporate housing person who reached out. There was no Airbnb at that time. This person picked up the phone and made this happen, this lucrative deal happen. And this is how you put together. This is what's the way you could operate. Okay. If you have a rental, you're set. If you don't have a rental, you're set. If you're a landlord, great. If you don't have any properties at all, great, even better. All right. You go and you control someone else's property. You tell them what you're going to do. You're going to run a corporate housing company from their unit. Okay. You get the right part of town, and then you put the right furnishings in it. You do not overdo this, because that's the saddest thing. When people spend too much money and they don't break even for 3 years, they overdo it. That's the saddest thing. They think they're making money, but they're not. And then you market the place. All right. You market it online. You market it offline, like you pick up the phone, and you market it with social media, because we have that now. And that's the big weapon that changes everything. That social media, that social proof is a way of validating everything. That's how the internet works. You go to Amazon, you look for reviews, yes? And if that product doesn't have reviews, you go to the next one. So social proof in 2021 is absolutely necessary. And what you're going to do, you're going to find someone who's going to give you money, who's going to be happy to give you their housing allowance. Okay. They're going to be IT professional. They could be a construction worker putting in sprinklers like I have. They could be running a political campaign. They could just setting up a Target, a tilt-up building. Okay. And ideally, you're going to take their money and pay for the bills. So half the money goes to all the bills, half the money goes right into your hands. That is cash flow. Those have George Washington's on it. You can spend it however you want. You can spend that money on a car. You can put it in your bank. You can send it to your daughter who's in college, like I have, who's always having their tires out of alignment or something. You can use that money to improve your lifestyle. I'm gonna put it all on one page, okay? Because I'm gonna unpack it on one page. You have a place, cool. If you don't have a place, even better. You get in the right spot of town, all right? And then you furnish it correctly. Don't overdo it. I have some guides to help you not overspend. You got to spend in priority, not your priorities, but the traveler's priorities. So spend that way carefully. Market online. Guys, stay offline. That's important. Please stay offline, and social media. Okay. That's how you withstand a pandemic. That is how you withstand upcoming. That's how you create a sellable asset. Okay. Not just when you're ready to exit this thing, you can either just sell your furniture, or you can sell your social media, your reviews for multiple times your revenue. It really is a difference of a couple $100,000 way I'm sharing with you. So it's important. Okay, so you do those things, you're going to attract someone who's going to give you money. You're going to use their money to pay the bills, and then you get what's left over. All right, that's what's important. So it's important to keep your expenses down, and that is reoccurring passive income, especially when you're doing 30 days and longer. You're out there. Most of my bookings are 4 months. All right, most of the people I coach is between 3 to 6 months is kind of on average. You're just relaxing during that time and collecting reoccurring cash flow, whether you own the property or not. That's a big one for you. Okay, so that's the thing. Serving travelers. I know you guys have a lot of tourists come to your area. I know you do, but there's staff that comes too. There's staff that comes to serve the tourist. Those guys are the business travelers. All right, serving travelers in a place. Hey, the landlord's going to say yes, he's going to agree to it. Where you tell them you're setting up a corporate housing company. The traveler is going to say, hell yes, absolutely, anytime. Where do I sign? And everyone's going to give you money. The landlord gets money, they're happy. Their place is well maintained. The traveler makes money because they get to save money. So they're happy and you get the money too. So it is a great way of doing it. I call it triple win capitalism. You can scale up with that because here's the first insight is that you can make all the money you want by housing non-tourists. So I know you guys are at a tourist destination, but you can have all the money you want by housing non-tourists. That's what's some incredible news, especially if you're stuck in a job. I was the first one to college, so I didn't want to leave my corporate job. My parents were so proud. I didn't want to leave because they had banked their hopes on me, for me to walk away from all that college stuff. That was hard to do, but this did it for me. It could do it for you as well. That's why I want to unpack for you. I know a lot of us have hangups about switching over, and maybe you say you want financial independence, but you haven't turned your signal on to let people know you're going that direction. So I encourage you to actually say it out loud and take some steps. And I'm going to help you with that. All right. Hey, so secret number 2, I hope that was good for you. Secret number 1. Secret number 2 is that how do you instantly know that this is going to work? Because you don't want to jump out there and buy those TVs and those Keurigs and whatever else people have, those nice sheets that go on the bed, and no one show up. And you have a bunch of vacancies, and you may end up making less money than a normal landlord, and that's going to be really embarrassing. So how do you know that this is going to work in your area? Okay. So here's a hint. Here's how to do it. I'm going to use the McDonald's as an example because we all know about the golden arches. They do $200,000 worth of research, market research, and locate a property. They purchase it. They build their hamburger shop, and there's they create the buzz, and they put the grand opening sign on there. And typically, there's just a rush of people. There's a long wait through the drive-through. The parking lot is packed. The inside of the diner is packed because they do their research correctly. They know how they do it. They know what they're doing. Okay, they've done this before. All right, and who's watching this? Who's watching McDonald's success is Burger King. They say, hey, we can look at McDonald's parking lot and see it's jam-packed. We can look at that drive-through line and see it's causing a whole traffic jam down the street. All right, we can, this is what Burger King's saying, we can set up on the other side of the street without taking any risks because we know that it works in this area. We just set up on the other side of the street. We're risk-free, nearly, basically risk-free because we know our customer base is here. I hope you guys can get that. I hope you guys have seen that. McDonald's goes in first, then a little bit later, Burger King goes in, and they're basically not taking any risk at all. All right. Now, why is that important? Is because look at this. You have all those extended stay Americas all over your town. All you have to do is drive their parking lot. At night, and between on a Monday through Thursday, or early in the morning, drive the parking lot, and you're gonna say, "Damn, I can't find a place to park. This place, I can't find any parking spaces here. This place is packed." And okay. And that's how you know there's no risk involved with it. That's why there's so many extended stays there, because there's so much demand there. And you drive the parking lot, you can't find a place to park. That is the end of your research. I hope you guys receive that. That's the end of your research. Simply copy what they do. All right. The market research has been done for you. You could spend the next 10 years and you won't get it as right as the extended stay America, who spent between $12 to $20 million building that thing there, okay? Because they know what they're doing. All you have to do is copy them. Simple as that, right? Now they're the big corporate giant and you're just a small peewee. That's why we got to look at how do you beat a corporate giant. I like the story of David and Goliath because Goliath was this big, huge Shaquille O'Neal type of character, and he'd been taught to fight since he was born. He was like a grown man in battle. And David was like a shepherd boy, never had a fight in his life, knew how to use a slingshot. But yet, David was victorious in this battle because he used his advantage. He didn't go and do a sword fight. He fought from a distance with a slingshot against this giant. So that's how you beat a corporate giant. You can go toe to toe with a corporate giant. They can't do what you can do. You work to your advantage. So what's your advantage? Your advantage is this. This is what the inside of Extended Stay America looks like. Just kind of generic. There it is. 2-burner stove, microwave, fridge. Yep. All right. Can't open the windows, can't. No, all those types of things. Your advantage is that you can set up in a residential space. You don't have to be next to the freeway by the Denny's or the IHOP. You can be closer to the most popular coffee shop in your area, residential area, okay? Because people want to feel like they belong. And you got street knowledge. You know exactly where to be, where to recommend people to mom and dad places. This has the best noodles. This place has the best coffee shop. The best donuts are right there. You can recommend that to people, to mom and pop places, so they can have an experience. Otherwise, you're as a traveler, speaking for myself, travel from city to city, the same thing is there. There's a Noah Bagels, there's the Starbucks. Oh, there we go. You know, dying for the live, not just exist. I want to live. I want to see mom and pop stuff. I want to see the flavors of the neighborhood. All right. You can offer that to travelers. And you can put up your own washer and dryer in their area, your own washer and dryer in that unit, so that people stay in a month or longer. That's a yes or no. That's a go, no go. Do you have a washer and dryer? If you do, I'm gonna stay with you. I don't really care about anything else. You have a washer and dryer? Okay, because these hotels do not. You have to go down to the basement, down to the dungeon, and do your stuff on your coin operated thing. Okay, and you can offer this high value package for less than the hotels. So there's so many reasons why these travelers will want you, and they're there. Obviously, I showed you all the extended stays, and then you can create this gradient in your area. I mean, there's my engineering. You could create this this value package that's so attractive to them, they would feel stupid saying no to that, because that's everything that they long for. You're touching on things that they need, like a sense of belonging to the neighborhood. All right. That's it. That's the second insight. Is that everything has been done for you. All the research has been done for you. All right. These extended stay hotels that are in your area, they know what people want. That's why they're there. And they price themselves, so they think that that's a great deal and attractive. So they tell you how much they charge. All right. Now, here's the thing. Ever since kindergarten, we were taught not to copy. Keep your eyes on your paper, do your own work, be original. But that's great for school. That's great for elementary school. But this is real life. This is cash flow, real life. Simply copy what works. Use systems that have already been proven. Okay, that is how you increase your cash flow and reach your financial goals and get on with it. You were created for a reason. But oftentimes we end up working jobs that keeps us away from doing what we're supposed to be doing, giving our gift to the world. And that's my mission, is to make sure that people know that they can replace their 9-to-5 jobs if they choose to, and go give their gift to the world, go do what they're best at. Okay, that's my great privilege, is to help people to get there. All right, these essential workers are staying at these places. They're so desperate for you to set up. All right. So I talked to washer and dryers. Here's some technology, because I'm a geek like this, is you can set up ABS on the outside of the walls. You can set this drain line on the outside of the walls. You don't have to tear up the sheetrock. And make sure you add this air admittance valve, all right? Air admittance valve. Add that to the plumbing. This plumbing is about 30 bucks altogether. $30 of plumbing, couple of screws, all right? And then you put these portable washer and dryers in. Now, these dryers work off of a regular outlet like this. You don't need 240 volts anymore for these portable washer and dryers. And this is perfect for 2 people. They can do their laundry here, and they can dry it here. All right. That's incredible. And you can take these, they're portable. You can attach them to the wall or not. All right. That's the difference maker. So let's do some quick numbers. This is my place. I could rent unfurnished regular rental for $1,100 per month. But I switched it to a corporate rental, lightly furnish it, and I put a washer and dryer in it. And look, it's more than $1,000 difference. It's 100% increase on my income by just doing these, changing the use, doing the switch. All right. I could have went and bought more property, or even better, I can switch how I use the existing property that I have, or switch the use of someone else's property, whichever you choose. All right. All right. I hope you guys get it. That's how you turbocharge. That's how you turbocharge. These washer and dryers, these portable things, that look at it as a turbocharger. It's straight up asset, costs $700 and it pays for itself in a few months. It's just a huge asset. All right. I hope you guys are getting this. I would love to be there in person because like I need to see your faces, what's going on here, because this is incredible life-changing stuff. Right? Here's the third thing. Now, these are to make money in the next 30 days. So first I showed you that what corporate housing is. So you can go and talk to another landlord or burnt out landlord, have that conversation and control it with a lease agreement or a joint venture in a couple of days. All right. That's very doable. And then how do you know it's going to work? You look at you drive your parking lot of your extended stay hotel. You don't even need to do that. You guys have so many of them around because they're in the job of making money. So that's why they're there. The third thing you need to know is how to market. All right. So let's get into that. Because all these extended stay hotels, I showed you how many you have. Each one of them has 2, 3 floors. Okay. That means they have about 200 or 300 rooms in each one of them. Your job is to take the traffic away from them. Take their lunch, right? Simple as that. They're coming to town. We know people coming to town. Your job is to get the information out there, let people know about your place so that they can choose to go to your place or to an extended stay hotel. And since your place is designed more aligned with what they want, they'll feel stupid saying no to your place, and they'll keep you filled. That's how it works, okay? So how do you stay occupied? Because if you want to make a profit, it's related to your marketing. People buy your marketing. That's so important to know that. They buy your marketing. So marketing, I've been showing you a graphic, but it really looks like this. It's a 3-legged stool. This is my own proprietary system that I put together to help explain people. You want your legs to be balanced, okay? You want your offline techniques, that's talking to people, using the phone. There's other techniques with that. Online presence, Airbnb, VRBO, all those online travel agencies is part of it. And social is incredible because in the internet days, we look for reviews. We always research people, okay? We buy things, we look for reviews, what other people have said, and then we go make our purchase. So that's how it works these days. That's the most influential thing is reviews. So a lot of people in 2020, they were telling me, oh, I don't really need all that crap out. I can just do it my way. Airbnb keeps me full. I'm good with it. That's my jam. It's just stay with Airbnb. I'm an Airbnb host. I have it on a tattoo on my arm. And I'm like, cool, that's fine. You're no competition for me, so I'm not worried about it. Keep doing it. I'm glad you're happy. But pandemics come along and topples everything over. Airbnb almost went out of business. People did not know what to do. They couldn't even market their company because they had no clue how to do it or what to do. They completely built their whole company on someone else's platform. All right. So that ended the conversation. There's no more question about it. You need to be far beyond online techniques. You need all three, and that's what I show you. Because here's the thing. Here's the whole strategy. Because you guys are going to be asking me, what website should I post on? What should I do? But that's not the right question. Okay. So coming right through it, I want to make sure you're clear with this. Here's the strategy, right? Because techniques are going to come and go. MySpace will be here. Facebook will be here. It'll change. It'll be something else. Okay. But here's the strategy that you need to know. So let's clear your mind for a second. Just give me this grace for a second is to open up to this. here's the marketing engine. Okay, the goal is to get found by Google or wherever it is. But Google gets the majority of the traffic of the internet right now in 2021. 95% of the traffic goes through Google. So if you type in corporate housing Miami and you don't come out till the 13th page, then you have a problem. I don't care how many Airbnb reviews you have, right? So you got to be found. You got to get found, right? And then the next thing is, once you're found, you have to convert people from just asking about you to actually giving you money. You got to know how to convert them, how to talk to them, how to set things up, all kinds of digital assets that you need to show people, all right? And then once you have people, you delight them. That's so important. I don't have time to talk about how the process of delighting people, but you have to surprise them somehow. That's how you delight people. And then once they're delighted, you say, hey, would you leave me a review? Would you leave me a Yelp review, or go to Google, leave me a review, go to Facebook, leave me a review, right? So get found, convert people, know how to talk to them, all that process, delight them, have them give you a strategic review that in addition to your Airbnb, okay, build up your Yelp, and those things let Google know that is social proof that Google monitors. So they say, hey, this person deserves to be on the first page of Google because they have so much social proof that they're very relevant. Let me put them on the first page. And once you're on the first page of Google, you get found better, faster. You convert people, and then they'll give you more strategic reviews, and it goes around and around. And then that's what fuels your economic freedom. All right. That's good. That's good, because that's what did it. I was glad when I kind of came up with this graphic, because that is the thing. Here, there's this great saying that says, if you give someone a fish, you feed them for a day. And that is what Airbnb does. They do a brilliant job. They really have modernized the industry. I cannot say enough good stuff about Airbnb, right? They made it possible. But the saying goes on that you can teach someone to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. And that is what I do. Unapologetic. I teach people to fish. I collect resignation letters. That's done the most. I want those at my funeral. I want all those resignation letters of what I'm doing. That is what I do. Now that I found a way to untangle myself from the corporate world and get my head straight and stuff, because all these self-limiting doubts I had, working through all that, I know what's possible, lead other people through that is probably the most fulfilling thing I've done. Here's an example. Alicia met her in Richmond, Virginia. I was talking on stage maybe 4 years back or so. And she rushed up after stage and said, Al, I'm excited. You know, I just got married and we want to have a baby, and I need to find a way to replace my income so that I can pay my share of the bills and focus on being a mom. And that's what her goal was. So I said, okay, you want money to buy diapers and those types of things and pay your bills, student loans, I can help you. And I found out she was flipping homes and she already had a small crew. So I said, Alicia, it typically takes someone 30 days to do this. That's typical, but you already have a crew. You got 15 days to do this. All right, so invest in my course. You get 15 days, follow my processes, 15 days. And she did it in 14 days. She got up and going, and she says, Al, this is later on. She says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone, because she didn't think it was possible. So a direct challenge to someone who likes challenges is the way to go. And she thanked me for always being available to her. And she went on to say she had 4 of these furnished rentals going. Yep, she was making that $2,000, absolutely. And she says it works. She wanted everyone to know it works. And for me to be a little more pushy, she said, Al, you're too soft spoken. You're not aggressive enough. And this changes people's lives. You need to get out there and be a little more forceful. So, all right, I'm trying. Here's a first year birthday, a little girl that she's not my girl. She's not my DNA, but I feel like I'm right there with it. You know, love that little girl. Okay, so a third insight. I always put that picture in because I love the little girl. That's my excuse to slip that picture in. is that you can get ahead of your bills. Absolutely. If you think you can't, that's not correct. You guys are in an area that absolutely supports it. I want to say, infested with the extended stay hotels. There's so many of them there. The market's proven. You know how much they charge, and you can do it whether you own a rental or not. You absolutely can. So all you need is a little bit of skill marketing. I can help you with that, and you guys can do that. With a little help, you can be a skilled marketer, and you'll be able to access hotel-sized cash flows, no question about it. All right, I showed you how to add a washer and dryer. There's other little things, backlighting a TV. There's so many little things that I want to share with you and guide you along there on how I personally keep my 28 100% filled. And I documented that all through the pandemic. It was hard to talk about during the pandemic because I was filled and other people weren't, and they were in a lot of pain. So I just documented it because I didn't want to brag or anything. No one wants that. So here, I want to show you something. You can do far more than $2,000 a month. Right? Let's talk about how easy corporate housing got going. My business partner, Imbert, who's a real estate lawyer, and myself, who's a retired engineer, we said, let's do this, let's document it, let's prove to people how it works. So I said, you put $5,000 in the bank, I put $5 in the bank, we formed Easy Corporate Housing, and then we set up our first, we went and rented someone else's place, just like the Marriott does, just like the Trump organization does. They rent other people's buildings, put their name on it. We rented someone else's apartment. We operated it, furnished it, and everything. And we started making $500 a month. That was the projection. We did better. But then we said month 4, we could take the proceeds because we're reinvesting all the money. We weren't using it. He was working his job. You could keep working your job. What I recommend you do, I recommend you keep putting up with the craziness of work while you build this up and reinvest all the money back in. And then in month 4, we were able to set up another one. And now we have 2 of them making money, putting it back in the bank. Month 7, we got to take that money out of the bank and do a third. So we got rentals buying rentals for us now, all right? Rentals buying rentals, funding this whole thing all the way up so that in right there, month 23, you can start paying yourself a $10,000 per month income, okay? That's $120,000 a year. You don't have to work 30 years. Do I need to say that louder? You do not need to work 30 years to retire. No, you could do much better than this. And we did it actually faster than this and documented all on video. We took our money and bought another commercial building with it. And if you read anything about me, you'll see my videos of me refurbishing this commercial building and making it into furnished rentals. Here's, I thought I took the slide. Here's one inside of my Aplex. I go for low occupancy. Regular Airbnb goes for high occupancy and charging by person. Extended stays, I go for low occupancy. This 2-bed, 1-bath, I'm just looking for 2 coworkers who are not related, not lovers or anything like that, because I want to give them each privacy. That's what they want. They want their own zones, okay? So I set up this recliner so that people say, oh, this is good for one person. I don't have a couch. I don't want a lot of people there. I just want one or 2 people there. So they each have their own recliner and it's not a love seat, okay? So all these details about knowing your avatar. And I threw in a washer and dryer. I stole some space behind a closet, cut through the wall and closed off the closet and reduced the size of the closet, got a washer and dryer. Okay, so traditionally, this 2-bed, 1-bath, $1,190 unfurnished in our area. Corporate housing, quite a bit more, $1,100, $1,100 difference, just by some light furnishing, some IKEA furnishing, a recliner, a $700 washer and dryer set. Hope you guys are getting this. I did not need a $100,000 down payment. Get it? I just needed some strategy and following the process at taking people from these extended stay hotels, which are simply watered down apartments. Okay, so that's a 93% increase without paying any extra taxes to anybody. It didn't change my property values or anything, just allowing me to live without the stress in my life, right? Same thing for you. I put barn doors over there so you can close it and not see it. You don't have to see it, all right? No one even knows it's there until it wakes up, all right? I love the saying, it says, the eagle doesn't see another eagle fly. Their chances of reaching their full potential is greatly diminished. And that's why I congratulate you guys for being here and actually learning from each other. That's great. Now, those are the 3 secrets of the corporate housing, and you got to know how that is. And you got to know how to instantly know, so that you're not just churning and churning, spinning your wheels. You can actually take action without taking the risk. And then the marketing engine I showed you, get found, learn to convert people, get strategic reviews that help you get found, and then you can convert better, and then you can get more strategic reviews that help you get found. You guys get it? Hope you got that. There's some frequently asked questions. I think I covered those. I'm running low on time, so let me keep speeding through. I'll take questions at the end. But you guys have everything. I'm going to show you. You're the 8th most strongest market in the United States. I'm going to show you that the Miami is. But people don't do anything because there's these roadblocks. They don't know how to set up a corporate housing company. And then they don't know how to get bookings independent of Airbnb. They're complete asset of Airbnb. They become Airbnb's asset instead of Airbnb being their asset. All right. You don't want to, I love Airbnb, but they make it so good that they put you into a false sense of comfort. And roadblock number 3 is there's so many limiting beliefs that go through our heads. We're like waiting for something good to happen to us. And we're literally, opportunity is all everywhere you look in the Miami Broward area. And roadblock number 4, why people just don't, they listen to me and they don't do a single thing, is they think that they can't come up with the funds, can't gather the funds. And you don't need money, you need courage and follow a plan, because there's private money out there just dying for something to invest in. I don't even know how many people with self-directed IRAs that just have a little bit of money in it and do not have any idea of what to do with it. So there's money out there. I can help you get that. And the third thing is they don't have a personal mentor, don't think they want a mentor, are afraid of gurus and all of that talk that just causes them to spend years of wasting time and money and not doing anything, just locked into counting down to retirement and hoping that something's going to change in their life. All right. So a mentor, I pay $1,000 a month for a mentor. It's worth it that much, okay, to keep me moving forward and to make many more times more than that. Here's a local example I promised you. Is that near the art museum over there, I can see a bunch of single 1-bed, 1-baths around $1,800 to $2,200 per month. Okay, they're all over there. I'm looking at a quick look for about a half hour. Absolutely, there's high-end ones. This is a small, like 446 square foot one, which is the size of a hotel room, a little bit bigger. And then it was larger than a hotel room. And then a typical extended stay in that area by the art museum, it ranges from $4,860 to $5,100 per month. Okay, these extended stay people that were there, you can count on it, at least 20%, 20 to 30% of everyone there is staying for months and months at a time. All right. In fact, these people from California are coming to Florida. Okay, so they're looking around for houses. They need a place to stay. So we know that. And then Wi-Fi, electrical, gas, parking, miscellaneous. I went big. I said $550. You can probably do less than that for a 1-bed, 1-bath. I just went really big because I know there's skeptics out there. That leaves a monthly profit of over $1,000 per month. 1,000, extremely conservative. This is like engineering, and engineer conservative. You can do much better than that. And you should be thinking about $1,600. Okay, $1,000 to $1,600 per month. All right. You stack those together and to accomplish your financial goal. All right. You can fill up all the ones that you own, fill up change the use of your rentals, and then go on to rent other people's things, just like the Marriott, just like the Trump organization, just like other hotels, the Hyatt, everyone else rents other people's buildings and operates hospitality. Here it is. This is Airbnb.co. They came up with an article about the top 34 markets in 2021. And there you are, Miami, number 8 out of 34. So it's not just me saying that you guys are an extremely much better than California, much better than what I have opportunity right now. And people, we're changing the industry. Industry's changing so that you can sell your whole portfolio if you set up correctly. Airbnb hosts cannot sell their portfolio. Corporate housing companies can sell their portfolios for 3 to 5 times their annual gross income. Okay, so here's what we got. You can try all this on your own. You can do what's taking me years to try to figure out. You can try that all on your own, or you can just skip the trial and error. You can just copy what works. I got a 6-step system to show you that's been going on since 2015. All these revisions staying current. You can tell I'm passionate about this stuff because I want those resignation letters. I want other people who are especially civil engineers like myself, or to see that there's a pathway out. Here's what you get. Here's what it is. It's this overview to understand how to set up a corporate housing company. Okay, you got to have that in your head. You got to set that up from the very get-go. Otherwise, you end up thinking that you're an Airbnb host and you miss out on the fullness of what you can have. Okay, and then discovering your market's potential. That is so important because a lot of people coming to town, they're either tourists or they're travelers. And these tourists are the ones that cause the problems. Anytime you hear about a party or an accident related to Airbnb or anything is related to a tourist, so strategically avoiding them and not marketing to them is the key, all right? And then how to furnish a place. This is really important because I have a checklist of this because you need to spend your money in a prioritized way. Okay, I travel all the time when I'm speaking or at different conferences, and I stay in Airbnbs and I talk to the host and I say, your place is wonderful. How do you furnish it? And they say, I bought everything new. I love all these gizmos. I love this thing. And we add up in my head all this cost. They're not going to break even for 2.5 years. They think they're making money, but they're simply paying themselves back. You got to know how to furnish your place with a break even in mind. Otherwise, you're not running a business. That's my opinion. I'm right about it. But that's my opinion. Okay, third thing, you got to market. This is the whole key to unlocking it. 3 legs, balance them out. All right. And this is overcoming the second roadblock is how to market independent of Airbnb. Yes, please use Airbnb. They're incredible. That's just the beginning. They're just a runway for you to take off on. And okay, if you have problems, you can come back and land on it. But you take off on Airbnb and then you fly. All right, that's the thing. All right, so checklist on how to do that. You can do it yourself. You can have someone else do it. I'll coach them along. And then if you're a current Airbnb host transitioning, how do you transition to this less competitive, slower pace, nearly the same net income type of extended stay housing? And we're all about that. How do you first going after travel nurses or healthcare professionals, how to furnish it the way they want it, understanding how to get in front of that audience, and how do you price it? Those are important things. Now, if you can do all those things, then hey, you are set. You can make cash flow without ownership if you choose. Rent someone else's place, put this real powerful marketing engine on it, make it generate money for you because you furnished it just correctly. And I give you all the scripts so you know what to say, the worksheets, so you make sure that you don't make any mistakes and overspend and cause yourself to take you 2 years to break even and you're bragging about how much money you made. Keep that from happening, okay? And a strategic framework so that you can duplicate, because remember, we want to switch and then we want to stack, and we want it to be dependable so that we can grow the cash flow we need to accomplish our financial goals, to replace our income, fill our retirement accounts, the cars, the vacations, all those things are available to you because you have so many extended stay hotels in your area, and it costs more to stay at an extended stay hotel than it does to stay at an apartment in the residential area or The hospitality market is so much more expensive than the rental market. As long as that's true, then that means that you can replace your income and become economically independent. Absolutely. So I teach you how to duplicate yourself and scale. All this is for a value of 3,500. That's just the information alone, okay? But we know that information by itself is not enough. I bet all of you guys know how to lose weight. You all know how to do it. Are you getting the results? So I don't want you to say anything, but information by itself will not get you there. It never has. You need more things. You need this interaction, this group coaching. That's what I was talking to you about before. Yeah, I mean, the mindset is important. You may say you can't, but yeah, you can. That's why coaching is important. If you've ever saw The Biggest Loser, people make these great weight loss and things when they have a coach and accountability group. And that's what I'm offering you, is to learn from other extended stay operators, okay? Because they're doing it, and you want to be able to check in with them and me and say, yeah, I can do it too. And I'm convinced now because I can see them doing it, okay? Eagles need to watch other eagles fly. The support group that you need, because you're going to be on an entrepreneur journey, and that's going to have its ups and downs. You need support group to keep your mindset correct, and daily updates of the different technologies that I'm talking about. Right now, I'm talking and geeking out about backlighting of TVs. It makes a big difference, and all those things, that all these little 1% things over and over again makes a huge difference in separating yourself from your competition. Okay, so all that bonus of the mindset bonus and the updates, the group coaching, is $1,997. And the second bonus I want to give you, because you need more than just information, is daily email support. So you can be able to send an email to me or to my team and get a quick answer that's correctly and related to extended stay rentals. Okay, you can go to bigger podcasts and everything, get great advice, but they may not be pertain to extended stay rentals. It'll be someone's best advice, but it's not relevant to what we do. Okay, and in fact, it's the exact opposite of what we do. Okay, so being able to ask a question and get a quick answer on how to negotiate and all those things is a value of $1,997. And I want you to picture this. Picture yourself getting started a year from now. You know, you're going to have 3 or 4 of these together, and it's going to change things for you. It's going to cause you to have more margin in your life. You're not going to be overdrafting your bank accounts. You're going to be able to get ahead of your bills and do what you deserve to be doing. Okay, that's why the fourth bonus is really important, is to overcome the fourth roadblock. The third bonus overcomes the fourth roadblock of resources. How do you get the private money? How do you get the funding? This is so important. You get it the same way bankers do. Bankers don't use a dime of their own money. For you to be locked up on on money is ridiculous. I'm happy to help you through. I'm going to coach you through that. That's a lot of mental trash that needs to be worked through so that you can learn how to access private money to fund a system that works, not a system that's risky, not a scheme, but a system that works. Okay. Then a 60-minute consult with me. I'm going to get into your business. You and I are going to talk. I'll be your personal mentor. That overcome the fifth roadblock on why people don't do a single thing. And whatever you come up with, if you need help scaling your business, raising funds, managing the ordinance, okay, making a decision on whether this place should be a 1-bit, 1-bath, or should you go after a 2-bit, 1-bath, all those questions I'm going to be able to help you with. I've helped people since 2014. We got lots of legal templates for you to go, addendums attached to your lease agreements, and give you permission to operate a corporate housing company. Everything's been figured out, all right? All those resources and an hour with me to come up with a personal action plan is what you get. That's the value of that is $2,500 easily. And if I stacked it all together, you see the information there that's 3,500. Absolutely, I'm undervaluing the value of the information. And then the mastermind group. Remember, I pay $1,000 a month to belong to a mastermind. a lot of people do. This is a one-time value that goes on for years. So it's absolutely worth that. Email support, coaching, total value of $9,994 to create this vehicle that gets you to the financial destination that you want. All right. Remember, we're trying to create something that at least at a minimum puts out a $10,000 per month cash flow expenses. After expenses, your net income, you're aiming for that $10,000 a month in 2 years. Okay. In just 2 years, you can do much more than that, but just 2 years. So when you think about, I'm saying the value is 9,994. Your question is, well, how quickly can I get that investment back? That's what an investor thinks. If I put money out, how quickly do I get it back 10 times over? All right. That's the question. That's the question you should have. Now, I have a money back guarantee. In fact, it's 110% because I'm so positive. I've even increased that for your area. I'll talk to you about that later. So that means if you follow this plan, you follow the 5-week Easy Start plan, and you operate, then if you haven't made 3 times your investment by the end of that year, I will refund your investment and give you 10% more. So I'm going to refund your enrollment cost and give you 10% more on top of that to make sure you don't lose money. And we'll give you 3 days to review everything. All right. So you got 3 days. If you don't like it, if it's not to your liking, you can just get a full refund. All right. Now, there's the thing. It's absolutely worth $9,994, but I'm not going to charge you that because I know people are mentally stuck, just like I was. All right. I was mentally stuck on things like this. But housing people who are on extended stay work assignment is the absolute key to creating a passive income that you need to reach your financial goals without burning yourself out. I'm not talking about working McDonald's, 3 McDonald's jobs or Airbnb and to burnout. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about extended stays. All right. So that you absolutely have time to raise your children and don't miss out on that and have them hate you while you're rich. You don't want that goal. And this is only attainable. You need all things. You need the 6-step system. You need a coach and you need a support group. Everyone who's trying to make a transformation needs a coach and a support group. So all of this is together. I'm giving it to you for $1,997 with the guarantee and all of that. So you go to bria.com/extended stays to pick it up. All right. And if you have any questions, I'm going to stay around to the end. But this is the map, the support, and the resources that you need to make that full financial transformation. All right. And here's the gift I'm giving you guys. There's coupon codes. All right. If you enter BRIA20, you're going to get 20% off before midnight tonight. All right. I got 3 of those available. 20% off that price. All right. If you wait around until November 5th, you can use this discount code, BRIA15. All right. I got 5 of those available. That gives you 15% off. And then you have till November 7th to make up your mind, and you'll get 5% off. You use BRIA5. I got 10 of those available. Okay. I like people who can make up their mind. That's why I show you how you instantly know. And I think I've shown you that. All right. So you go to extended, that BRIA that I showed you, that website, especially go there. You click on enroll in this course, and then you enter that coupon code right there. All right. That's how you get your special price. Otherwise, you're going to end up not getting it. All right. So here it is again. And we'll send these out. Now, here's the thing. I know we're running late, but I'm offering for those tonight. If you invest tonight, get 20% off. You take action and get it done. You get your first extended stay rental up and going. All right. And you document it, video document it, and allow me to interview you. I will refund your entire enrollment. All right. I got 3 of those available that's tonight only. If you invest tonight, you can get the whole thing for free. All you have to do is take action. And I'm doing that to make sure that anyone who is like me will take advantage of that. All right. And change your life, because I need you to change your life. Now you can do three things. You can do absolutely nothing at all. And a year from now, if you wait for something good to happen to you, or you might be in the same financial situation a year from now. You can try to do everything on your own, and listen to all the podcasts, all the free information on your own. Good luck with that. Or you could just let me help you and start making money right away. Just copy what works, right? Hey, let me take some questions. I'm gonna leave this up. I know I was talking a lot. Let me take some questions. I'm gonna stop my share. Hey, do we have any questions in chat?
Yes, we do. I'll go ahead and get those up for you. Alrighty, so Garardi just says, should we be concerned about the ordinances for vacation rentals on the county or city level?
That's why I pulled that ordinance out right off the bat, right? I went right through that ordinance with you. It says if you were operating 31 days and longer, all right, the ordinance, it pertains to 30 days and less. So.
Alrighty, so next question. This is my first meeting. How can I receive a realtor to help me get houses 3 to 5 times a week?
Yeah, that might not be relatable.
Alrighty, got it.
Skip that one.
Got it. Alrighty. Does corporate housing work for 3 or 2 single family home, or is this mostly for smaller places?
It absolutely works for 3 or 2, 4, absolutely.
Okay.
In the way, I would have to work with you to show you that, but absolutely, because there's families moving, there's relocating, there's families waiting for their houses to be built. So absolutely.
Got it. What if the property needs some updates, like a bathroom? Who could pay for that?
You can, if you own it, of course, you figure out how long it's take you to break even. That's the question the business owner asks. If you don't own it, then you negotiate that with the owner about price discounts and things like that. But it's always about how long does it take me to break even? That's the question.
Alrighty. What about property insurance if we don't own the property but made an agreement with the landlord to do short-term rentals? The landlord will have a typical property insurance, and will I have a short-term rental insurance on the property even though I don't own the property?
That's a good question. We focus on 30 days and longer, which is considered month-to-month rentals. The insurance company knows exactly what to do with month-to-month rentals. It's been around forever, since the birth of Christ. It's the same. It's a regular old standard insurance policy. You can come in with your own renter's insurance if you want, but it's the same thing as normal. If you're doing 30 days and less, then it's a different story.
Alrighty. And then someone says, explain how to get known via Google. Are you using SEO?
Yes, that's why you get strategic reviews. Strategic reviews, Google's measuring your social proof, and you have more links to your website with every strategic review, and that's exactly how it works.
Gotcha. And how do you find landlords who will let you do this?
You show up at these events at one of your events. This is it right here.
Yeah, definitely in 2022, we'll be meeting in person. So
that's right. That's how you do it. That's one of the easiest ways to do it.
Right. Network. And Facebook right now too, guys. You can join our private Facebook groups as well.
We're in the middle of it right now.
Right. So how do you get to charge more than traditional renting for less than 30 days?
I can't speak on less than 30 days.
Okay.
My thing is, you know what a hotel charges, you charge less than them.
Got it. Do you need to be in the city you are renting corporate housing in, or can you run it remotely? And if so, do you need people to manage the properties for you, minus the landlord responsibilities?
Yeah, you need boots on the ground. In the hospitality industry, you need to be more responsive. So you got to have a team. You can absolutely do it remotely, but you have to have a team. I coach people through that piece.
Perfect. I currently have a rental rented for $2,000 a month. The extended stay down the street costs $2,400 a month. Is it really worth it to take the risk to switch over for a potential extra $400 a month?
It depends on what their configuration is. If they're talking about one bed, one bath, you gotta make sure you're doing apples to apples.
Right.
That's it.
Not sure if I missed out addressing this. Does Florida have a business tax for rentals under 6 months that is separate from Dade County or 30-day non-vacation rentals? That's a little bit specific, Al. I don't know if you got that one. Not sure.
I'm not gonna be able to do taxes.
Yeah. Check on with your local tax advisor that's real estate investor friendly. You can contact us if you need a recommendation. Do you need to be in the city you are renting corporate housing in, or can you rent it remotely? And if so, do you need people to manage the properties? Oh, we answered this one already. Someone put that one in twice. Where do we find long-term rentals? Is there a website that shows long-term rentals?
Oh, there's tons of places that show long-term rentals. Everywhere from Zillow to Facebook Marketplace to Craigslist. Everywhere.
Right.
I can coach. I coach people through that piece.
Okay. How do you get an apartment complex to let you rent 1 unit or 2 for short-term rental when the minimum time for rentals are 3 to 6 months?
Corporate housing has been around since the 60s. They're very familiar with it. We're doing corporate housing, and they're very familiar with that. It's just,
right.
Just the pitch.
Yep. Well, I think that's all the questions that we had for now. Alexa, did you see any that I missed in the chat or anything?
I see something in the chat. Someone would like Al to explain the 20% off coupon tonight. Could you just explain a little bit more about that? Someone saw like a free next to their.
Yeah. So free means if you enter that coupon code, which is BRIA20, at the discount code, you pay 20% off, which is nearly what you would make in 1 month. That's what. So 1 month of operating pays for it all. Then for tonight only, if you say, Al, all along you're interacting with me, so I know that you're doing it right. And then you say, Al, I made it. Thank you. It's working. Now I would like my refund back, and I'll do a walkthrough, and I'll interview with you. We put it on your YouTube channel. If you do that, then I come and I refund your full enrollment fee.
That's excellent. I don't think we've heard anybody offer anything like that.
For tonight only.
Yeah. Stay in connection with Al. We put his contact information in the chat. We have the link to his special offer tonight. We've given you the discount codes. We're going to send that to you again. So definitely look out for follow-up email from us tomorrow. You'll be getting one tonight with those discount codes. So, I mean, time is of the essence.
Let me put them up real quick. I think for my current slide, and I'll share that. Oh, yes. It's not going. There we go. There it is again.
Cool.
Perfect. Yep. We'll have a thank you email going out about 9 p.m. Hopefully I can get it sooner, and you guys will be able to see the discount codes, and I'll have another one going out probably tomorrow or a Friday morning, where you're going to have the other 2 coupon codes, that BRIA 15 and BRIA 5, that give you that 15 and 5% off as well.
Now you understand why I limited tonight. So the first 3 get it. So hoping that people know.
First 3 people.
I'm hoping you guys can never not see that if you pass by an extended stay hotel, that's a reminder that you don't need to be in rush hour traffic anymore if you don't choose to be. You can be completely financially independent.
Yes, we South Florida, everyone's coming here. Everyone's coming here as professionals, working people, and they're coming to stay here for a long time. This is huge for us here. So first 3 people, guys, send out an email buy the package with the 20% off discount code. Let him know you are ready. Let's go. You're going to be making money with him and then get your money back at the end of the day. That is amazing. Incredible. Haven't heard anyone offer that sort of,
Guarantee, right?
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Al. Last call for any questions. I see one just trickled in the Q&A. Let's see. Ruth is asking, are you saying that HOAs make exceptions to corporate housing versus landlords?
I don't like HOAs unless you have some political advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, then absolutely. You just read their bylaws and see they define what a rental is. So abide by their bylaws. The thing about HOAs is they can change their bylaws depending on what they ate that night.
Amazing. So
yeah, you can do it.
Yes. So this mentoring, idea is nothing new to us. We all say to get a mentor. I'm a firm believer in mentorship. So if you'd like Al to be your mentor, you guys know what to do. So again, you know where to find us. You can call our office anytime if you have any questions. Send me an email, send Alexa Marie an email. We're always here to help you. And I'll just put my email again in the chat one more time for you guys. But we're here if you have any questions. And thank you so much, Al. I'm blown away. I really want to get into this thing myself. So we'll be in touch.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm glad to finally meet you guys. Let's do this. I'm ready to go.
We're ready. Thank you all, guys. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Thank you all so much for participating with us. We will see you again on Wednesday. Next week, we'll have a webinar during the day, and we will definitely be having Al back, hopefully next year in person. We'll do, a workshop. We're gonna do some fun stuff next year. So stay tuned, like we always say, and we will see you all next week. Thank you again, Al, and good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye-bye.